Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Yeah, Brad Gilmore, CW39 in Houston and ESPN Radio. Chiwetel, Karen, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Look, this movie obviously is literally in a world of its own. So unique, such a powerful story that's told. And I'm sure the characters that y'all play, Marty and Felicia, and the journey that you go on is so nuanced and so impactful for me as a viewer. What were the conversations that you all had with Mike Flanagan, the director and writer of the film, about the approach that you would take to these characters and kind of unraveling this story? Karen, if we could start with you.
Yeah, he sent me the script. He kind of teed it up as something that was incredibly important to him. It's kind of his legacy. It's the film he wants to leave in the world. So I was so excited to read it. And I was just so moved by the script and loved the character. So then we got on the phone and started just sort of making up her backstory a little bit, because really you don't know much about her. You can just see the choices that she's making in the present moment. So we kind of filled in all of her history. And then I went away and kind of added to that myself. And then we just went and did it.
Same question, Chiwetel.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I spoke to Mike about the kind of the sort of the philosophical aspects of it, and the kind of existential aspects of it, and just how moved I was by it, and how truthful I found it. That this idea of this kind of apocalyptic set of circumstances that these characters find themselves in, without all of the other layering, is it felt real. It just felt like that actually people would be engaged in the kind of pragmatic work of the day. What am I going to do today? I mean, I understand the world is ending, but what am I going to do on a Wednesday? And that felt really accurate to me and emotional. And the relationships felt emotional, and so I was just very engaged with him, and with the script, and with what he was trying to sort of do with it.
And it sounds just from y'all's descriptions there that he was very collaborative in the approach. Being that he wrote and directed it, it seems though he was open to kind of exploring where these characters could go. And I would think, Karen, that's kind of what a film set should be, is where you're thinking singularly but acting collectively to all achieve this vision.
Exactly. I think that what Mike does so well is he has a really strong vision, and then he assembles a team around him, and everyone has their own area of expertise, and he guides you, but he gives you so much freedom as well. And it's such a collaborative setting, and just him as a person, his personality makes you feel safe to take risks, and that's where I feel like I do my best stuff, is when, I'm going to try something and it might not work, but I'm going to try it because I feel safe enough to do that, and he gives me that environment.
Yeah.
Now, Chiwetel, when it comes to the source material, it's Stephen King, right? So we already know we're going on a ride as far as the source material goes. It's going to be something that perhaps we've never seen before. Is it important for you to go to the source material and read through that, or do you like to just stick to what's on the page and what Mike presents?
No, it's important to go to the source material. I mean, it depends, it depends. In this instance, it was, I wasn't familiar with the source material beforehand, and then I read the script and then went to it, and it was useful, but only sort of, in a way, it was useful intellectually, because you could see how things, what was, just how faithful it was, really, and how, in a way, what it sort of elevated, what Mike was able to pull into the film. It was quite complicated to get out of the book, in a sort of, in tonality, because adapting it to screen is really complicated, and in terms of pulling out all of that complex, layered psychological and emotional tone that Stephen King puts into the work, and so in that sense, it was sort of intellectually interesting. I've definitely done films where it hasn't been useful to kind of go to the source material, that the script stands in a completely different space in a way, and so it's kind of confusing to go through the source material route. And there are also things that you can't communicate to an audience that suddenly you have in your head about a character or their circumstances or their backstory, and then you're trying to put those things in somehow, and it doesn't make any, But it was great to be able to just be confronted with two really in tandem but beautiful pieces of literature.
Well, the film is fantastic. You're phenomenal in it. I really appreciate the time. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.